Well, it's time to get these stumps removed on the property, and this company's come by this morning to do it. It's a little chilly. About 34 degrees, light breeze. And they started off by cutting most of the top off. And here's the other one. And that piece of equipment over there will make short work of it. They cut the top off of that one to make less grinding. Well, you can see most of the leaves, we've gotten them up. Next big accomplishment is to move that thing's been sitting there collapsed down for quite a while. That's what we used to set all the bedding plants on. We used to sell a bunch of plants years ago. And this is the other two stumps that they're going to take out of here. So we'll film this after they've done the work. They're trying to still make short work of it. Well, they're taking the equipment back around to the back to get the other two. Maple trees put out long roots, and one of the problems we had with this thing is we wanted to get and remove all the roots, which they've done. That's why it came over here so much for a round tree, because it had roots. We have some down there by the ditch, but they suggested I leave them alone because it might erode away the bank. And with all this much wood, you talk about putting chips and all, and they do eat up a lot of nitrogen, but by digging up so much dirt, soil, with all this wood chips, you can pretty much level this out and let it compost down over the next year. And there's enough soil there, and if you mound it up higher than the yard, it'll settle, and then we'll probably have to get some more soil in here to backfill it, because they did take out a lot of wood material. But this is the time I wish I had a snow blade on the front of my riding lawnmower, because I could really push this stuff around. A little raking and shoveling. The ones out back are really tough. They're big stumps. Well, they cut the top off this larger stump that was here because it's just less grinding. You can see where it was definitely a rotted tree. And they did these two giant oak stumps quicker than they did the two maples out front. This is done. And with all that soil in it, I can just push this stuff in the hole higher than it needs to be, and it'll settle and everything will be lovely. And they had to work close to this addition to our shed, which did a heck of a job. And that thing with the treads on it doesn't really tear the property up too much. Might not have to have a lot of backfill. I'm going to take that sawdust against the building and mix it in with this soil a little bit. And man, it'd be nice to have a snow blade on the front of a fairly good sized tractor. This looks like more material than the hole. Anyway, it's done. That's what we needed to do, is get rid of these stumps. Young man actually did all the work. I gave him a tip. I usually tip the guy that actually does the work, not the owner. And he really thanked me. And he said he would get the grader and come up here and level this stuff off for me. And you can see he's got the stumps from the back and the front. And I would say that was pretty nice of him to do. It sure saves me a lot of work, especially out back. Nice guy. I'll give him another tip. And all I gotta do is take it back of a hard rake and just sort of level it out a little bit and let it rain a few times on it. Now we'll go look out back. Look at those clouds, man. They are snow clouds. If you turn it back around this way, you got a little blue sky. It's a bit shattered. I'll get on the other side of it in a few minutes, but This is a hole that they left when they dropped all the branches, big trunks that they cut in sections when this tree was cut down last year. It made a depression. I filled it up twice. I'll drag some of that out that and level it off. But man, let me get on the other side here. It really is shaded there. You can see that place over there. It's a little bit lower, and there's enough here to take it over there. But he saved me a ton of work, and all I got to do is rake it out a little bit, and I'll get a rake and pull that out. I gave him $20 for the original job because I always do tip the guys that do the physical work, and he picked the two pieces they cut off and had it on the front of that grader on the tractor, and I gave him another $20, and he thanked me, and I said, man, you saved me a lot of time and effort. That was money easy, well spent. Job done. A little grading to do, that's all. Well, I wasn't going to grade this, but it's going down to teens tonight here in Central Virginia, and it's going to get a little colder for the next several days. And winter might set in, and I might not want to be out here in freezing temperatures. So I did a little grading. And here's the back. Filled that hole in. I haven't used the bottom of the rake over there because I just got tired of fooling with it. Pull that away from the building primarily. It'll hold it until it gets a few rain showers on it, and all this hole where the stump was goes down, and then we can fool with leveling it. Well, let's see on my old watch. It's 3:20 on the East Coast. Gonna get down cold tonight.